And the meeting is being recorded, and we will get started. Does anybody need to throw any requests in the bucket before we get going? Anything they need specifically? You can also just point if you need anywhere, just a little bit of everything. All right. Okay, so let's start with our blocks stacked up to sit in supported hero's pose. So knees and shins down, feet on the outsides of your hips, nice and tall. And really make sure the tops of your feet are down on the mat. So you can get a little bit of the front of your ankle stretch. And then you'll just wiggle tall, relax your shoulders. We're gonna start with a nice little easy breathing meditation. And before we go there, just take a couple long exhales, let them escape through your mouth. Allow your inhales to just naturally come in. Just work with your exhale. And then notice if you can start to adjust your posture to allow your breathing to be a little bit easier. So a little more opening in your chest. Reaching length through the top of your head. So your spine also has space. And then working with what's called a box breath this morning. You can keep your eyes closed for this. You're basically going to trace the outer edges of a box in your mind as you breathe. So as you inhale, you feel yourself draw a line up one side of the box. Across the top, you'll do a slight pause for your breath, a little hold. And then as you exhale, you draw a down line on the other edge of the box. And then the bottom of the box is again a pause between your exhale and your inhale. So inhale, drawing the line up. Pause across. Exhale, line down. Pause across the bottom. Inhale. Pausing across the top of the box. Exhale. Pause across the bottom of the box. So keep going. Drawing this box in your mind's eye that is synchronized with your breath. And please know if at any time you need to step away from that visualization and just take some natural breaths, you're always welcome to. Everything here is just an option. See if you can sit a little taller. Release your shoulders a little closer to the ground. And continue with this box breath. Also check in with your shoulders. So a little hug of your shoulder blades back, a gentle pull of the top of your shoulders down. We have about another minute here. Maybe you can start to draw your box a little bigger, or maybe you need to make your box a little smaller. Take about 3 more rounds. And when you're done, bring your hands together at heart center. Elbows relax down towards your sides. Spine up higher towards the ceiling. And then exhale a long breath out. Let your chin bow down to your chest. As you open your eyes, slowly move yourself off of your blocks right into a tabletop, always keeping your blocks close in case we use them for later. So tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale, cat stretch. Use your neck, tuck your chin, press up through your middle spine and your low spine. And then inhale, just table. Exhale again, cat. Inhale, table. Just a few more, flexing your spine and then neutralizing your spine. You can really use your hands to press the floor away. One more. And then as you come to neutral, left arm out to the side, up and open. Good, try to keep your hips from swaying too much to the side, and then just left hand down. So we're just starting with the open twist. Right arm up and open. Trying to keep your hips right above your knees, and then exhale down. Left arm. Exhale down. Inhale, right arm. You can start to turn your head to look up at your hand. Exhale down. Just one more time each side. Open twist. Also nice for your pecs, your shoulders. Enlivening all the way through your arms and your fingertips. And then as you come back to center. Cow pose, inhale. Neutral table, exhale. Cow, inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. So just about 3 more, cow to table. Whole breath in, whole breath out. And then as you come to center, starting with your right arm now, closed twist. You're just gonna thread underneath. Right side of your head down. Stay for a couple breaths, because this China twist is a little bit more involved. And then you'll just come up on an inhale. And then exhale, left arm underneath, left side of your temple. Reach through your left fingers. Take a couple breaths. Release on an inhale. We're gonna do 2 more times closed Twist each side, right arm down. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Come to center on an inhale. Exhale, left arm. Inhale, center, and then take your time with the last one each side. Try not to put too much weight on your bottom shoulder. And then you'll come to the middle. The whole kit and caboodle now. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, table. Inhale, left arm open. Exhale, thread it underneath. Stay a couple breaths. Unwind on an inhale. And then we'll do that same sequence. Exhale, cat, meow. Cow, inhale. Exhale, neutral spine. Then inhale, right arm up, open twist. Exhale, right arm under, close twist. Couple breaths to get into that right shoulder. Start to acquaint your whole spine with a twisting pose. And then come out of it on an inhale. So 2 more times each side. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, table. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it underneath. Stay a while, enjoy it. If you want to reach your right arm over your head, you can. You can also walk your right hand over towards that top left corner of your mat, just for a little bit more twist through your upper chest. But make sure you feel supported as you bring your right hand down. Come back to neutral tabletop. Exhale, cat. Inhale, maybe a little bit more exaggeration in your cow. Table. And then your right arm up. Exhale, under. Try and make sure your knees are under your hips. I know it's easy for them to sneak a little bit too forward towards your nose. And then option to take your left arm ahead or even left arm over to that right top corner. Only about 10%, 15% weight on your right shoulder. So it's not too much. Come back, left hand support, center. 1 more time each. Exhale, cat. Inhale, moo, cow pose. You don't have to moo, you can if you want to. Neutral, left arm open. Left arm threading as you exhale. Do what you choose with your right arm. You can also wrap it behind your back. You can even pretend like you're going to put your right hand in your front left pocket and open up through the front of your right shoulder, if you'd like. Take your time to unwind, neutral tabletop. Last time, exhale, flex your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, extend your spine, chest forward. Neutral first, and then reach up with your right hand, lean back. Exhale, thread it underneath. Nice, everybody. And again, option to do with your other arm what you'd like. You can wrap it behind your back. You can extend it. You can keep it right in front of your face. Simple, simple. If you are wrapping it behind, just try to press the front of that shoulder back. Couple more breaths. Good, so when you're ready, slowly unwind. Table pose. Good, so your spine should feel a little more supple, a little bit more awake. You can choose to do downward dog with or without your blocks here. Let's start from a neutral tabletop. Give yourself a little hover, a little strength. And then exhale, shift back with bent knees and looking right between your feet. Again, remembering downward facing dog is for the length of your spine. It's not just a calf or a hamstring stretch, although that's a nice secondary addition, but it's more about keeping your spine long. Give a little press of your hands down and forward as you breathe in and out. Walk your feet up to your hands or your blocks, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Try to keep your gaze down and shoulders down from your ears. Exhale, fold. Ascending up, reach your arms out, all the way up over your head, stretching. And then exhale, gliding down back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, take your non-dominant leg back first. Dominant leg back second. Good old buddy, the plank pose. Shoulders, elbows, wrists. Nice and stacked. Elbows and knees fully extended. Push the ground away, nice and firmly. Good, breath in. Exhale, knees down. Come in between your blocks or in between your hands. So all the way to your belly. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more cobras. And then right from the get-go, tuck your toes, lift your belly button off the floor, and then press into a plank, but it can be plank with your knees down, and then lift them up. Or plank with your knees up. Good, exhale, step your right foot up between your hands or blocks. Big step, always able to give it a helping hand. And then a little straighten, about 50% in your right knee. Just to get your legs ready, your muscles a little bit softer. Good, bend again through your right knee. Step up with your left foot, halfway lift, right away. Nice, everybody, exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch to the side, up to the sky. And then exhale, out to the side again, down to the ground. Halfway, as long as you can be in your back. And then go dominant foot, non-dominant foot, plank pose. We're doing sun salutations. Breathe in, breathe out. If you'd like, you can tip forward on your toes, hug your elbows. You don't need to go super low, and then you can pull forward to up dog or lower to your belly just like we did and take cobra. Yeah, nice stretch in the front of your body, your organs, your belly, your skin. And then find your way to downward dog, and there's lots of paths. You can drop your knees, pull your navel towards your spine to table, and then downward dog, or roll over your feet in more of that vinyasa transition, and we'll all meet upside down right here. Breath in, sigh out. A little movement side to side in your neck, just a few inches. Releasing your jaw. And then let your head come to center. Big step up, left foot. So long rise lunge, and if you need to walk your right foot back, walk it back. Inhale, straighten your left leg 50%, not 100 yet. Pull the side of your left hip back, 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 back. Yeah, breathe. Good, exhale, bend back into a runner's lunge. Step up with your right foot, as many steps as you need, half up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. Inhale, tall. We're gonna do 2 more total. Exhale, slow fold. Inhale, halfway up. Now, if you're a jumper and you wanna jump this morning, you can jump back with your elbows bent into your sides and then come to upward dog. If you want to step back, amazing. Do what you need to do. You're gonna go heart opener and then to a neutral position. So tabletop or right to downward facing dog. Knees bent. And this time, turn your head side to side. Take about 3 to 4 breaths. And then come back to center. Big step up with your right foot. If you'd like to do a little lift of your leg and then step forward, you're welcome to do that. Wiggle your left toes back. This time a little different. Take your right hand to the outside of your knee. So it's on that outer edge of your knee. I'm just moving my arms so you guys can see. This is a barrier so your knee doesn't move side to side, and you're gonna exhale, twist towards your right leg. But this way, your right hand is acting like a fence post, and it's keeping your knee from wobbling side to side. Nice. Now, everybody pull your right shoulder down from your ear a little more. Good. Turn right from your center. And you can keep this twist in the lunge, or you can take a little bit more extension in your right leg. Do not have to. Just an option. If you are in a right extended leg position, bend your knee. Release your twist on an inhale. Step forward to halfway on an exhale. Halfway lift. Take an inhale here. Exhale down. Inhale, stretch to stand. Breathe out to fold down. Come up halfway. Again, choose how you want to get your feet back. Stepping, multiple steps, hopping. So you'll find your high to low plank, and you can also take the low on your knees, elbows in. You can also come all the way down. Cobra. Take your path back into downward facing dog. Watch if you have that tendency to drive your heels down, down, down. You want to keep that bent knee feeling, reaching the top of your head forward, and your sitting bones up and back. Left leg now, and again, a slight lift, doesn't need to be a full 3-legged dog. Big step up, left foot. Fence post with your left hand. And then exhale, turn towards your left thigh. So anytime you turn towards your front leg, that's a closed twist. Option to keep the knee bent, or option to go into more of an extended posture without a left creepy shoulder. They get real creepy up there. Breath in, breath out. Good. Bring it back to a bent knee position. Pull your chest forward. And then exhale, step your right foot up. Halfway lift, inhale. Let's hold here. Really get your shoulders as far away from your earlobes as you can. All right, your arms are not giant earrings. You're just trying to keep them away from your ears. If it's helpful, you can take your hands behind you, interlacing your fingers, and reach back. Reach forward with the top of your head. Push through your feet and then come up to stand. Mountain pose. Palms forward. Feet can be inner hips width distance or wider. Move the camera a little bit more. Good. Shoulders again. All right, we can always think about our shoulders farther down and together. And then with your eyes open or eyes closed, just start to foot rock. So you're going to rock from your heels, balls of your feet to your toes. And it can be pretty small. It doesn't need to be massively dramatic. Just a little forward and back. Being aware of the bottoms of your feet. Because any standing pose begins here at the floor. Floor and feet. Good, now make it even smaller of a foot rock. So your body almost doesn't even look like it's moving. Yeah. And then find stillness, although you might still feel that slight rocking forward and back motion. Use your glutes a little bit. Back towards your belly, belly towards your back. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, just a nice opening for your chest and shoulders, cactus. Fingers wide, elbows pressing slightly back. Inhale, extend your arms out to the side, just like wings. Press your entire arm back from the back of your middle fingernails all the way to your shoulder blades. Good, and then exhale, relax your arms down. Right foot stays at the top, step your left foot back, and then open up into a lower body warrior two position, right? Kind of in that tightrope sensation with your feet, but aiming to point your toes right ahead, and you can do a little fence post. Yep. Arms out to the side. Good, and just find your gaze at your front middle fingernail. We're just gonna be here for an entire minute. An entire minute. So although you're physically static in this pose, you are still dynamically moving because you're breathing. And you're still energetically reaching out through your fingers and down and out through your toes. And if you start to feel the effort in your arms, that's okay. You can always bend them a little bit, especially if you need to relax your shoulders, and then re-extend your elbows. Good. Everyone's shoulders look stacked right above their hips. Excellent. It's easy to kind of pull forward or to pull back, but you want to be right in that 1-2 stacked position. Got a little bit longer. If you have the ability to put a bit more depth at your hip, put a little bit more. If it feels like your legs are already on fire, no need to do more. Last 4 breaths. Maybe for these last 2, you add that little pause at the top and the bottom, like the top and the bottom of a box. Almost there. Woo, let your arms descend first. Feel that sweet relief. Straighten your front leg, feel your quad relax. Yay, and then just transition by pivoting your feet to the other side. All right, we're gonna give it a second. Let some of the heat dissolve before we take that minute. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior on the other side. So you can go ahead and set your feet up while you're letting some of that heat release in your body. Your front heel, if I were to take a piece of chalk and draw it back, it's gonna hit in the middle of your back arch. And here we go, warrior 2, knee right above your ankle. Fence post it, make sure it's not pushing too far out, too far in. And then here we go, arms out. See if you can feel your torso in space, shoulders right above your hips. Extending out through your arms, eyes settle at your front middle fingernail. Just letting yourself build some warmth, build some patience. You can flip your palms up towards the ceiling. That might help your shoulders relax a little bit. Again, you're in one position, but your breath continues to move. Your breath is what keeps you engaged in this posture. If you need a momentary break, elbows bent. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing less than taking a break and then coming back to it. possible addition of the hip crease depth, so right here. And if your knee forces too far forward, you need to lengthen out your stride. But everybody, belly up and in. So notice if you're sticking your butt out, right? You're kind of pushing your chest forward. You want to drop your tailbone a little curl down. Feel your hips move towards your ribs. Almost there. Last 4 breaths. See if you can add that top and bottom box pausing breath. Last one. Ooh, arms float down. Leg goes straight. Pivot both of your toes the same way. And if you want to turn so you can see the computer more, you can. Or if you like to, right, just use your auditory skills and be away from the computer. Be behind facing so you don't have to look at it. Just let your shoulders roll up, back and down. Up, back and down. Good, one more time. Now, if your blocks are not near and you try to reach for them and you feel like you're gonna go into a straddle, just simply step your feet together, do a little walk travel. You just need one of your blocks, not both, just one. Unless you're feeling really gung-ho, you could grab both. We're gonna go back into warrior 2, holding the blocks. Let's go right foot out, left leg extended. A little bit more effort here. You're gonna take the block and hold it over your head. It's not gonna be a full minute, it's gonna be about 45 seconds. Check all the alignment that you've ever heard for warrior 2. So start from your foot, your toes. Think about your bottom ankle, talking right foot, your right knee, your right hip, your shoulders over your hips, and then take a peep at your back leg. Are you locking it? Do you need to change the angle of your left foot to be more sustainable? And then can you really reach the block a little higher? And that's gonna help reach your ribs away from your hips. Last couple breaths. Option to put a little bit more of that depth into your hip crease. Again, it's not required. If you already feel it enough, you don't have to add more. Good, inhale, straighten your leg. Switch, keep the block over your head. Keep it over your head. Warrior 2. And again, notice if you turn more into a warrior 1. We're going out to the side. Same thing, about 45 seconds. Don't worry, the block is still in my hands. I hope yours is too. Right up over your head. Start with your left toes, what direction they're pointing. Your left ankle. Knee placement, above and side to side, where is it at? Your left hip. Your shoulders and hip in that totem pole stack. And then give some attention to your back right leg. Ankles sustainable, knees sustainable. Last 2 breaths. It's okay if your arms are a little shaky. Reach your ribs up away from your hips. Ooh, exhale, bring the block down in front of your chest. Move your shoulders around as you release your left leg. Shake it out a little bit, move it around. And then you can set the block down. Heel toe your feet all the way in. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Good. Feet just slightly apart. Doesn't have to be that full inner hips width distance. You're gonna bring your L's of your hands, your index fingers and your thumbs, to your hips. So not like high up on your hips, what I call the hip shelf, a little lower, right? Because you're gonna move just your waist. You're gonna go over to the right, slight cat back, over to the left, and then a little bit heart chest forward. So you're just gonna go right back, left, forward. So you're really just trying to move. Right? If you ever watched a hula dancer, that's kind of what you're going for from your waist. Not the hula hoop hips, just your waist. Side, back, side, little forward. Not a huge punching out of your ribs, right? So do your best. Doesn't need to be big at all. Just moving through your waist. Good, everybody. And then switch. So you're going to go right, forward, left, back. So now you're just, if you were going clockwise before, now you're going counterclockwise, or vice versa. So just your ribs. Just your ribs. Try to keep your feet and your hips stationary. Good. Last one this way. Less shoulders, more waist. I know, it's tough. Hula dancers have it quite nailed down. And then just shake it out. Bring your feet back out wide. You can just walk them out wide. You can hop them out wide. Your call. Inhale, arms out. Lift your chest. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Lean forward, and you can take your ankles. You can have hands to the floor or going upside down. 1 minute. 1 whole minute. Relaxing through your jaw. Lengthening out through your neck again. So the tops of your shoulders, they like to, right? Gravity likes to take them towards your earlobes. Again, make space so you'll be able to visibly see your neck. Breath in and breath out. Lean a little bit more forward onto the balls of your feet, into your toes. Tucking your chin. About 4 more breaths. Adding those pauses, maybe at the top, maybe at the bottom, maybe both. And then very slowly, release your hands if they're on your ankles. Come up halfway. Pivot towards your right foot. And we're going to move into Parsvatonasana, pyramid pose. So a shorter stride, back foot up. Feet as wide as you need them to be. And this is why we grabbed both blocks at the beginning of class, because I want you to keep a really long spine. So the blocks on the highest heights will really help you do that as you get to breathe into the belly of the muscles of your right calf and your right hamstrings. Now, be wary that if you feel this in your right knee, that means you have a little bit too much extension. So I need you to bend your knee a little more so you feel it more in your muscles, not in your cartilage. Yeah, and then just hold a half lift position. Same thing like we did, Warrior 2. You got an entire minute. Don't worry, I'm keeping time. Slight tuck of your chin. So if you do touch the back of your neck, you're like, oh yeah, it's smooth. Looking straight down. Drishti can be at your right big toe. Lower belly moving up without over-exaggerating into a cat back. Just using some muscle effort. Using some of that waist effort. By waist, I mean not garbage, like your actual waist. To keep that containment so you keep your lower back safe in this pose. And again, the front leg stretch that you're getting is amazing, but don't sacrifice the length of your spine to go deeper into this for some reason. Your spine is number one. All right, for these last few breaths, make them your box breath in, pause, out, pause, in, pause, out, pause. Last one. Good. Now really bend your right knee. Take some of the stress out of it. Step your left foot up, right foot back. Again, only 2-ish, 2.5 feet. Feet can be wide, they don't have to be narrow. Make sure if you're using your blocks, watch if, even if you're using them, it can be common to do this and to round in to, again, get a little sensation junkie-ish. We're not going for that. We're going for just enough length, productive length for the front of your leg. So that means you need to bend your knee more to feel your calf or your hamstrings. Bend your knee. Keep your spine long. And some of us, our arm lengths are different. So take your hand into a fist and you can put the knuckles, your knuckles, down on the blocks, and it makes your arms a little longer, so you might be able to hold spinal extension with a bit more ease. Lower belly, and it's the tiniest little pelvic tuck, talking maybe 1/2 inch for your lower belly to move towards your lower spine in a supportive way. Remember, your shoulders are not earrings. Keep them away from your earlobes. If you find tightness in your jaw, move your face around. Last couple breaths, box breath. And the pauses shouldn't feel stressful in your breath. If they do for some reason today, or if it makes you feel anxious, omit them and just inhale and exhale. Last one. This time, as you come forward with your right foot, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, feet separated. Exhale, allow a forward fold. So now you get to spinal flex, head down, chin tucked. Maybe a little slight yes rocking in your neck. Or side to side. Or rotating. Remember, your neck's part of your spine, so it does have the ability to move in all 6 of the spinal directions. All right, one more variation of pyramid pose each side. Right foot again at the top, left foot back. One block with you. Push through your feet, long spine. You're going to come up to stand. Hips facing towards the short edge of your mat. Block over your head, arms extended. Now both legs are extended but not locked. And then you're going to pull the block down in front of your chest. Lean forward into that half position. And then don't take the block all the way out in front of you, just a little bit, like right under your forehead, maybe a little bit farther out. I don't want you to fully extend your arms because that is a lot of stress on your lower back, but just a little bit, like you're offering the block to somebody. Like, oh, this is so delicious. Here you go. But there's a lot of effort you have to put in your legs. Pull your right hip back. Pull the top of your head beyond the block. Excellent, everybody. Right? Shoulders down, last 2 breaths. Press through your feet. Inhale, long spine, up to stand. Step up with your left foot. Back with your right foot. Find your Goldilocks position for Parsvottanasana. Pyramid pose. Start with your block over your head just to get a little reach. Let your armpits breathe for a second. Check your front foot alignment. Think about your knees, right? We don't want to be here, but we don't want to be hyperextended with our behinds out. Somewhere nice and neutral. Block to your chest. Crown to the sky. Exhale halfway. Pull your left hip back and then start to offer the block forward. Right? For me, the bottom edge of the block is just kind of right at my eyebrow space. So be somewhere in that vicinity within an inch or two. Woo, feel your legs happening. Keep reaching out, very top of your head, ahead of the block. Shoulders down. Last 2 breaths. Lessen the grip of your toes. If you're white knuckling through your toes, use an inhale. Come up, press through your feet, tall through your spine. Woo, and then set your block down. Now, if you want to keep your blocks under your hands and take a push-up with your blocks, you can. Nice, tall plank pose. If you have the foam blocks, just be careful because they tend to not have as much density as, say, the cork blocks. Yep. And move what you need to move. If you need to move through a vinyasa, do it. If you know you need to hold a plank longer, you might as well do it. You're here now. If you need to build some bone density, some more muscle density, or that's just something you want, one more breath in. Exhale, knees down. Woo, sit back and to the side at the same time. Yay, your legs get a break now. Good job, everybody. Legs forward. And this is nice where you can put the blocks back behind you. They can be little shelves for your elbows as you come into seated pigeon. So, right ankle, right? This isn't lazy pigeon, so you're still lifting up through your chest, bringing your foot in. It just might feel a little better. You can do this up on your hands with or without the blocks, aiming for your chest to go towards that inner seam of your calf. So if you don't quite feel it, you might need to lift up off the blocks. If you feel it plenty, stay on the blocks. But again, never sacrificing your spine. Can't live without a spine. You can live without your legs, but not without your spine. I know it's a very intense thought to think about, but it's true. Last 2 breaths on this side. Flex into your foot. And then to take it away, you might want to lean back, switch your feet, come into seated pigeon, the variation that works for you, the height that works for you, all just depends on your arms and your legs. But really think about your chest, not just towards your inner calf, but also up, right? Always kind of reaching in a diagonal space. Yeah, flex your foot. Breathe out. One more inhale. Actually, let's take 3 more. So it's pretty even side to side. Last one. You can lean back, release, and then give yourself enough space to roll onto your spine. We have 2 postures to do on our back. 1 bridge and 1 shoulder stand. So bridge first, pressing through your feet, lifting through your hips, holding your own hands underneath your tailbone, and then walking your upper arms together, pressing through your hips, keeping your feet nice and firm to the ground. Using your glutes. So it's not all in your legs. I mean, your leg muscles work, but you're also using your bum muscles to keep you lifted. Chin away from your chest, last breath. Exhale, arms unwind. First, roll down, upper, middle, lower spine. Good, if you feel like you want to take windshield wipers side to side, go for it. Any other movement? And now, moving in the shoulder stand, it's a lot. It's also the reverse direction of what we just did in bridge, so that's why we're taking time in the middle. You don't have to go to shoulder stand if it doesn't feel right. You can just straighten your legs up into Viparita Karani. You can also, and remember, no looking side to side, so don't look at me if you're trying to go into the pose at the same time as watching. Please don't do that. You can just take your toes over your head. They do not have to touch the floor, right? I'm looking straight at my kneecaps the whole time. You can support your lower back, fingers up towards the ceiling, and then let your legs come up. Again, I am only looking straight up. I'm not going to turn my head side to side, right? You can also just stay in plow pose. You can at any point release and come into Viparita Karani, legs up. Good, so 1 minute wherever you want to go. Yep, if you're going for shoulder stand, same sensation with your upper arms as bridge. Try to bring your upper arms together, so you might do that little wobble side to side. Your legs don't have to be in a complete candlestick position. You can change them up a little bit. Maybe you want to take butterfly and shoulder stand. You can take a little tree pose and shoulder stand. Yeah. Good, nice support of the lower back, everybody. Yep, wide-legged Upavista Konasana. And you don't have to stay the whole minute. Again, looking straight up. Eyes are focused, something on the ceiling. Breath is still happening in and out. And giving yourself enough time to feel like you're really able to absorb a pose. And then you can start to move your way. If your shoulder stand, legs closer to your face in a plow position, Halasana, toes can for sure hover off the floor. And then you want that same rolling down sensation you had in bridge to come all the way down. You might want to keep your hands on your back for support. You might let them go, either way. And then end legs up. Just a really nice neutral spot for your lower spine, your whole spine really. Everything from your shoulders down towards your tailbone, all on the ground. And then bend your left knee, left foot to the ground. Bend your right knee, right foot to the ground. And then if one more option to windshield wiper, side to side. Knees up. You're always, you guys know, always allowed to do what you need to do before you find Shavasana. Take the Shavasana that's right for you. Doesn't have to be the same old thing every time. So anything else you need, please take it. Basically, move now or be uncomfortable in Shavasana. You want to make sure if you got one little spot that you need to pay attention to. And then you find a variation of rest that you can be in for at least 4 minutes. At least. breath dissolve into its natural rhythm. Your body unwind to be held by the floor. Just full moments of being right here. Start to come back to your environment, not just around you, but also the environment of your body. Feed it some air in and out. Find a tiny bit of movement in any way. And slowly roll onto one side. Continue to feed your body breath. And pressing your way up. It would be nice to sit on a block. As we end with 3 final box breaths. So once you establish your seat, a little extra lift of your spine. Draw 3 final boxes. And allow your hands to come to heart center. Allow yourself to have some thanks for the practice, for yourself for taking the time to practice, for the other people that are here practicing with you, and for granting me the gift of guiding you in practice this morning. Take one, just inhale and exhale all together. In and out. Head down to your heart. Eyes slowly open, gazing at your fingertips. And then releasing your hands, lifting your head up. Have a wonderful Friday, everyone. Thank you for being here on screen with me again. Have a great weekend. If you have time to sit a little longer, wonderful thing to do. And if not, have a very merry transition into your day. Good to see everyone. Bye, Larry. See you guys all again. Bye, Jake. That's my parents' dog's name, everybody. Bye, Mom. Love you.